Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome and happy back to school. So I'm super excited to be sharing this with you. I have a pretty ambitious plan about what I want to share from my back to school prep and setup. So hopefully it all works out. We're gonna make this a little bit of a vlog style video, but instead of filming a day in my life, I'm just gonna film over the course of about a week, a couple of different things that I'm doing to get us all ready for back to school. And I'm super, super excited for the school year. And you might be thinking, I've already been back to school for a while. My kids have already been back to school for a while. Well, not here. My kids do not go back to school until the day after Labor Day. We do live on the East Coast, which I always thought that was like the traditional back to school time. That's when I always went back to school as well when I was a student. But apparently it's a very, very small portion of the country that goes back to school that late. I know a lot of people start in August, but for us, we go back the day after Labor Day, which was pretty late this year. September 6th is the official start date, so we are really excited. I have got all of our back to school shopping done, and all of the back to school supplies have just been sitting piled up in my office. I am ready to sort them, get everything organized, put them in the kids' like backpacks and these bags to take them to school, and I need to do that now because in a couple of days we actually have a back to school preview day for my oldest kid who is starting a brand new school. She's starting public elementary school. We're super, super excited. She's going to be in first grade, and at this event we're supposed to drop off some of her classroom supplies, so it's really excited for that. I'm going to pack up the little kids' stuff for preschool at the same time, but we will just drop that off on their first day of school as well. So I can't wait to share all of that with you. We are exactly 1 week out from school while I'm filming this portion of the video, and today I'm going to go over some of the supplies that I have, also get everything organized and put together, and then in a couple of days I'm going to show you these back to school presents that I've been working on for the two big kids that have like some school related, school themed presents. I'm still waiting for a couple things, just like a fun little desk setup for each of them to get them all ready for the school year. And hopefully in this video I will also be doing a cleanup of our mudroom and getting that rolled over from like our summer camp setup to our back to school setup. So first up, I have a couple of things pulled over to the side with me, and I've got, including the kids' backpacks. So this is the baby's backpack. This is actually the same one that she used last year. She is 2, and she's going to be in the 2-year-old class this year, so she only goes 3 days a week, and she just has this very little backpack. All of these backpacks are from Amazon, and you can find them there if you just Google kids backpacks or Amazon kids backpacks. But I do have a list of Amazon favorites, and I will try and put some of my back to school favorites in like a little section on that as well if you're looking for anything specific. But if you don't see it, you can always leave a comment and I will let you know what exactly it is. This is my son's backpack, and it's worked super well for him, and he is going to use it again for this year. He is going to be in pre-K, and it's one that he picked out last year, and it's still in really good condition. So he is going to save this for this year, and then when he starts kindergarten, we'll probably get him a new backpack. But this one is actually a pretty big size. It's like a 16-inch backpack, which is a pretty good size for like a kindergarten first grader. The little kid's one is a 12-inch backpack, I believe. So you can't really fit very much more than a lunchbox and like a little bit of supplies in here, but that's really all the baby needs. Then my big first grader who is starting a new school, and also her backpack, I'll show you it in a minute when we get to the school supplies. Her current backpack is absolutely trashed. Like we sent them to camp with their backpacks too, and her bunk's little space was just like in a pile of dirt. I don't really know how else to describe it. Everything from camp that she took this summer was just absolutely ruined. So her backpack was not in back to school condition, but it had also been like pretty worn anyways, and she did use it for 2 years, so she's on just like a slightly different schedule for backpack refresh than the other two. So anyway, she did pick this one out. It's also from Amazon, and it was actually only $20, and it came with a lunchbox and a little pouch as well. My big tip for back to school shopping, and really actually any kids shopping, especially if you're shopping online with them, is to pre-screen and select a couple of things. We got burnt really bad on this when we were picking out my son's backpack last year. He was watching me scroll on Amazon to like check out backpacks, and he ended up picking one that was like $50, and I was just like, no, we can't get that one, I'm sorry. So after that, I like just closed everything down, went back, picked out a few things, put all of them in the cart that were like all acceptable, and then let them go through that pre-selected list instead of just like letting them have a free-for-all. I honestly prefer that to even like shopping in the store with them as well. It's just like, I want to pre-screen it. I have what I'm willing to spend on a children's backpack, and you know, there's not really any amount of kid convincing that's going to make me spend $50 on a kid's backpack. So these $20 ones, though, honestly, they're pretty good, and my kids are pretty rough on things. I will show you my daughter's backpack, but remember that she had it for 2 years, so it lasted a good long while, and we definitely got our money's worth. That being said, I did buy this a little bit in advance because I wasn't sure. I was just like trying to check the dimensions on the lunchbox, and it was really hard to tell, but I don't actually think that this is large enough for a lunchbox, so we'll save this. It's an insulated bag, and we'll totally use this for other stuff or like playground snacks, stuff like that. I really love tie-dye, so that's totally fine, but because I didn't feel like it was big enough, I actually let her pick out a lunchbox as well, using that same method of adding things to the cart and letting her scroll through the cart rather than scroll through the general store. Oh, that's actually the baby's lunchbox. So she picked out a new one. This is actually, all three of the kids have lunchboxes from the same brand now, because we bought these for the two little kids last year. They both got new lunchboxes. This is my son's, and this is the baby's. I picked the baby stuff because she's not really old enough to do the scrolling yet, and she especially wasn't last year. So next year will be her first year kind of choosing stuff, but I really like cherries, so I picked this out for her. My son was really into space last year, so he has this one, but now he does like the color blue because Sonic is blue, so he's still pretty happy with his lunchbox, and he's also just not that much of a complainer about the stuff once it's already in the house. So anyway, that's what he got. And then from that same brand, which I will definitely link in that Amazon store, my daughter picked this one with unicorn, so it will be perfect for her and all of that. So while we are talking about lunch stuff, let me show you what I use to pack the lunches. The public school lunches, you have a lot of options because one, they can buy lunch, but two, there's no restrictions on like what kind of food that they can pack and stuff. There's no, like, they can bring nuts, they can bring meat, all different stuff. And you might be thinking, why are you saying they can be meat? Well, my kids have gone to Jewish preschool, and the school is kosher dairy, so that means we have to send vegetarian lunches to school for them. So that is what we've been doing. In the smaller kids classes, they will reheat, and actually even in kindergarten last year they will reheat. But when my daughter was at camp this summer, they wouldn't reheat her lunches because they were eating outside. So we actually got a thermos, and all of the kids are now 100% obsessed with having their lunch served in a thermos if they get hot lunch, which my kids prefer hot lunch, and we send them hot lunch or lunch that has to be heated almost every day. They do get the occasional sun butter and jelly sandwich or something like that, but for the most part, especially because we can't send meat, so we can't pack like a deli meat sandwich, we get send a lot of like pasta dishes, macaroni and cheese, like noodles and beans and veggies, and also a lot of soups. The kids all are crazy about soups, even in the summer, which I can't even explain. They literally had soup today for lunch, so they love that. But once they realized that a thermos was an option, because my big kid didn't have a lunch that was able to be heated, and we started sending it in a thermos, but then everybody wanted a thermos, so now we have 4 of these. They are the thermos, like Funtainer brand thermoses, and I have like just all in teals and blues because those were what was cheapest. I never understand when different colors are different prices on Amazon, but we have a bunch of teals and blues because they were only like $11, and some of the other colors were like $20. So we have teals and blues, and now I have 4 of them, so everyone can take one every day if they want one, and we have like an extra one if they really start using them a ton. I just rinse them at the end of the day and then like wash them when we're running the dishwasher, but if we need more, I'll get more. But for right now, we have 4 of those. It does have a secret spoon, as my kids like to call it, hidden up at the top. If it goes to lunch with my big kid, it probably won't come back, but my son was able to maintain his secret spoon for some of the time anyways, and then I could always like tuck another spoon in their lunchbox, but they also have that kind of stuff at school. And then the other thing I was going to show is I have these Rubbermaid containers I just bought. These come in like a big multi-pack, and they have the snap and stack lid ones. So I have the little one, which I usually pack like their fruit in, and the lids actually just like stack together, so that makes them really easy to store in the kitchen. I absolutely love these. They're dishwasher safe and microwave safe and everything like that. So the rest of their lunch components that get packed in their lunchbox that like need to be put in a container go in that, and plus they're pretty easy. The kids can take off the lids themselves, which is something that that this school like encourages, is for you to pack things that the kids can open themselves and all of that. And my oldest too, they can open the thermos and all of that kind of stuff now. And this thermos does really keep the food hot. It works very, very well. We actually had this brand of water bottle because it has a replaceable straw, but the water bottle did not work out well for us because even I have one kid that is a straw chewer, but even my non-straw chewing kids bit the straw off of this one. So it was nice that it was replaceable, but we went through about 15 of the straws this summer, and I was just like, enough is enough. We're not doing that again. Which, speaking of which, let me show you the water bottles. The baby is keeping her same water bottle from last year. This one does have a straw. This one was actually a gift that she got from grandma, and I don't know like the brand. It doesn't really say. It says fly into my life on the bottom. I'm not really sure. Anyway, it was a present. It's like metallic. It keeps the water really cold and stuff. I did like pull apart the whole top. The whole straw mechanism comes out and everything. And I gave this like a really, really good scrub and ran everything through the dishwasher. But once the straw in this is destroyed, we'll see how she does. But we are moving away from straw water bottles because, like I said, I do have one kid that is a straw biter, and it doesn't seem to matter like what kind of water bottle it is. It just doesn't work. So we finally, my husband said to me, why don't we get a water bottle without a straw? And holy smokes, I was just like, that literally never occurred to me. That is such a great idea. And we ended up buying without straw water bottles for both the kids. These are actually, they look super similar. They're actually two different brands, but my son picked this one, which actually matches his lunchbox like perfectly. It's like a rocket ship design, and he did pick this out. He's really into blue right now because, like I said, he's like pretty obsessed with Sonic. And then my daughter picked this one, which is like an ombre, and these are 12-ounce water bottles. They can refill them at school and stuff like that, and they fit really nice and easy into their backpacks, and we are loving that no straw lifestyle. So then the last few things I have over here before I move on to the pile and start organizing the actual school supplies is the nap mat. These have become increasingly difficult to find and also like really expensive. So this is the last one we're ever going to have to buy. Thank goodness. It was pretty, I had bought this one like a while ago, and my oldest daughter actually used it one summer when she went to camp, and she was only going 2 days a week, and then we had gotten a different one, and that was like, so this one had just been staying at my dad's house. This was back when we lived in Texas, and this was like on the East Coast at my dad's house for when we were here, because she went to like a short camp while we were here one summer. Anyway, whole long story, but I had this one stockpiled, but like I just like search for these on sale, and I get them on Amazon usually, but again, these are pretty hard to find. It just like unrolls into a bed. It's got a little pillow attached to it. My daughter took it last year as well. This one has a mermaid pattern on it. So this is, because the kids usually stop napping about halfway through year 3, so we should be able to save this one until we don't need any more. So thankfully we won't have to buy any more of these, but they are just called nap mats, and they unroll like so. And it's basically, there's like a pillow up at the top, looks very cozy. I actually have the pillow tucked into like a Delicate's washing bag because the stuffing kept coming out of the pillow, and every time I like tried to take it out, the pillow does come out to wash it. And you can see I do have that in the Delicate's bag, and then it's got like a blanket that's attached that folds over, so they just like roll these onto the kids' cots, and then the baby naps on it at school. And she's actually naps pretty well at school and at camp. Okay, so here we're on the other side of my office. I just have the pile of school supplies all piled up. I did put the backpacks back over there so we could get everything organized and separated and stored away from school. I also have a permanent marker. This is a Pilot name pen, and then I have a really thick Sharpie as well for labeling things as needed. And yeah, so we're gonna get this. This is already like pre-sorted and everything. I'm gonna double check with the list to make sure I don't forget anything, and just get it all packed up and ready to go for delivery while we are over here. So this is my daughter's old backpack, my kindergartner's, or now my first grader's old backpack that is like totally dirty and disgusting from camp. But she did make this keychain at camp, and she requested that I put it on her new backpack, so I will do that. But yeah, it just really got really, really gross at camp, so we will be saying goodbye to this. Okay, so again, we're on the other side of my office, and I'm going to do the baby first because I feel like her stuff is not as interesting. She doesn't actually even have any school supplies. It's things like diapers and stuff like that. But we are going to get it all packaged up. Her class actually requested like 2 brown paper bags, and I actually brought more up here with me because I thought that that would be a really great way to pack up the school supplies anyway. So all of her stuff is just going to get filled up in these. I don't actually even know if the diapers we're going to send are going to fit in them. Besides the diapers, I don't know if we're going to need another one. But anyway, so she needs some Ziploc bags, 2 boxes of tissues, a plastic container, and we're gonna put all of her extra clothes. She's got a smock, which we have like an old one of my husband's t-shirts, and then her extra clothes. I like to send extra clothes for warm weather and for cool weather at the beginning of the year. That way I don't have to worry about it when the seasons start to change and just forget about it. I mean, for the baby, she usually ends up, you know, needing replacement sooner rather than later, but I always just try and remember to send that in that day if I forget. I mean, I'd send it in as soon as she needs it, but basically I can just put all of this stuff. So I'm going to put the t-shirt stuff on top and then the pants stuff on the bottom. Then I'm going to pop the lid on. And just slide that into the bottom of our bag, and we are off and away with back to school prep. Then again, she needed, I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, box of tissues and this, oh, and you know what, the smock could probably go in the plastic bin as well. And I am just gonna sort of label as I go here. These are actually the ones that her brother and her older sister used last year. She didn't need one last year, but it was on her list for this year. So, you know, again, bigger. And then I had 2, and my big kid actually didn't have one on the list for this year. So we are all good, and I didn't have to add any to that collection. So we've got our gallon bags and then our tissues, and I'm just going to write her name on everything and pop it in the bag. I just like to write their names on everything unless I like specifically, just so that like our, you know, I'm not getting like emails about funding things. I never know what's going to be like a classroom supply and what's not going to be a classroom supply. So I just figure it's better to write your name on everything. And I do actually think I'm going to need that second bag to pack up. We also had 2 boxes of wipes on her list, and we are sending these Target brand ones. I really don't love these, but we have them. So they're going to school for like actual diapering at home. I much prefer the Honest brand wipes. We used to use Honest everything for my first kid, and then we like, you know, graduated to a lot of store brands and stuff for the subsequent kids, but I've never found a wipe that I like better than Honest wipes, so we do still use those. And then she had sunscreen on her list, so we're gonna send in some sunscreen. This is actually left over from camp because it's still plenty full. And then again, you cannot see that, a big old package of diapers because she is still in diapers. And again, I don't think this is going to fit in the bag. This is a pack of 60 diapers. But her nap mat will fit in the bag. Okay, so I have her little station all set up and organized, so now I can do my son. Step into his backpack. He has gonna have a folder and some school supplies. So I'm going to tuck this folder, which is the same one he had last year. It's still in pretty good condition, and I actually have our photos, the 2 pictures of him and a family photo, and I'm going to tuck that right in to the pocket of the folder. I don't show pictures of our kids. We don't show pictures of our kids on social media, even personal social media. We don't show any pictures of our children, so I'm not going to show that, but I am going to tuck that in to the bag here. That are his lunchbox is already in there. Of course, I will have to take the lunchbox out to pack it, but that's going to go in there, as well as the pencil box, which I will get to in a minute, but let's pack up the unfun things a little bit first. So I do have bins for him as well, a bin for him as well. And actually it has like a lot of his, actually I guess we could do that now. It has a lot of his pencil box things. I just stuck them in here for the time being, but they are gonna go in his pencil box. These are the Zip It brand pencil box. He had one last year. It's sitting over here somewhere. This is his one from last year. Had like the monster eyes. He loves that. I'm probably gonna use that to set up his little room space for this year, but I let him pick a new one, and we really super love these, and he picked this one, which has like a pop-it top, but he all loves the pop-it, and then he also loves that it is blue like Sonic. So a lot of blue stuff going on. It's so funny because he used to be like all in on red, and before that he was all in on orange, and everything had to be orange, but now everything is blue. So we are gonna go with that. And on his like actual school supplies list, he needed 6 glue sticks. I bought these like in bulk on Amazon last year, and I actually still have some left over even actually after packing them up. I'm going to put one in his box because I don't think he's going to need all of them at once, and the extra ones can go in here. Also a pair of children's safety scissors. Those are his same pair from last year as well. Then we have a pack of Crayola ultra washable markers, the 8-pack, a 24-pack of crayons, and a 12-pack in colored pencils. I had to buy the markers fresh this year. I grabbed these at Target, but the other stuff I bought like in bulk the year before, and I still was able to use up all of that stuff, and I had just like put it aside because I knew, you know, you're gonna need this for more than 1 year. It's gonna be on a lot of school supplies lists. So I still actually have extra crayons and one extra thing of colored pencils left over. So that stuff is all supposed to go in his pencil case. I don't really know if I want to do that. I usually like let them open it as needed. I think I could probably fit like the crayons and the colored pencils in there, and then the markers I'll stick in here, and they can, you know, do what they will with them. So let me just cram this all in here. These do actually hold quite a bit. Once they're out of the case, they will all fit really well. Oh, I'm going to write their name on, or his name on the case for all of these. So we've got crayons, colored pencils. Again, like I said, pop one glue stick in there, and the scissors. You can see how much this holds, even like with this being inside the box. So I'm going to put that in there like that for now, and put that in his backpack. But the extra supplies for there, I will go ahead and put in this clear plastic bin. That way he has all of this stuff. Again, just a ton of glue sticks. He had 6 glue sticks on his list for last year too, and he used less than one. So like his first one came back not even like maybe half used, and the rest of them, so I just popped them back. Then again, I have his extra clothes. We've got one warm weather outfit, one cool weather outfit, and an extra pair of underwear, you know, because he is 4, so he is obviously potty trained. But honestly, he's not a kid that ends up needing his extra clothes very often. And then I also do have the smock, which I might try and squeeze in here already as well. Yeah, that's gonna fit just barely, and I can pop the lid on that there. So this is gonna be his bin. I picked these up at Target. This size of bin is like, so it can be super hard to find, and I had a really hard time finding them last year, so we used like Ziploc ones, but this is actually what I have been looking for. This is a really good bin size. It fits perfectly in their cubbies. So that is his bin. Then in addition, he also has, you know, the same kind of general class supplies requests, the gallon bags, the sandwich bags for like little art projects, 2 boxes of tissues, 2 packages of wipes, saves those to wipe hands and stuff like that, sunscreen, and I think that's it. So I'm going to just double check on the list. Yeah, that's everything. So I am actually going to, for him as well, pack it up in a big Trader Joe's bag, just like I did the other kiddo, and then we will be good to go. Okay, that barely fits, so I'm actually just gonna tuck the sunscreen into this side of the bag here. and then I'll probably have to walk them in on their first day. So that is his little station all set up to go, and then I'm ready to do my big kid. I have a bag for her. I've got her backpack. She actually, like, her classroom supplies were a little bit more limited. It's a different school, so, you know, this is actually a dry eraser, because I had the marker, and then I didn't have the, an eraser was on her list, which hadn't been on her list last year, so I bought, like, a multi-pack on Amazon. This is just like a dry eraser, and that was on her school supply list, so I'm going to put that there, and then I'm gonna do the same thing and pack up this clear plastic bin. She didn't have extra clothes on her list actually, but I'm thinking it's a good idea to send anyways, because she did have to have a clear plastic bin. I feel like that's just a good thing to send, and she's like kind of, you know, has a tendency to need them from art projects or whatever, not like accidents or anything, but she tends to like want to play in the dirt or, you know, get covered in paint, all that kind of stuff. So this is the same brand that my son has. It's called a Zip It pencil case, and she picked out this like really pretty, very trendy succulent, you know, that she just really liked this one, and so we got this one. And again, she had also 6 glue sticks on her list. Okay, so a lot of her stuff specifically says unlabeled to share, so I don't want to like label it or put the things that are unlabeled in her pencil box, but I am just going to tuck her extra clothes in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the to share stuff in this box, including a pack of pre-sharpened yellow pencils, 12 for the classroom to share, and actually the glue sticks were on her list for unlabeled to share, so I'm just going to tuck those in there as well. And then under the not to share stuff, we've got the dry erase marker in black and the eraser. You know what, I might actually just take that out of the container. She's not going to know what that is. I don't even know if she's ever used one of these before. Actually, she did have expo markers on her list for last year. And then, oh, I don't know if this is all going to fit in here. You know, I think we're just going to kind of put everything in the bin and pack this unzipped, and then they can decide what they want to do. I don't know if that's the best way to do it or not, but, you know, we can do what we got to do. So the eraser and the marker are here, and then we've got a pack of Crayola Twistable crayons in the classic colors. I got the 24 pack. It didn't say specifically what pack to get, but it did say to get the classic colors, but then there was like 8 pack, 12 pack, 24, I don't know. So I got the 24 pack, and then also the ultra washable markers. This is a 10 pack. So that is all her stuff. Then she also, like I said, the pencil case, which is going to go in her backpack, and they can figure that out. Or I can ask at the playground place, at the meet the teacher, you know, how they prefer things. But then she also did need a pack of paper towels and 4 folders. These were also listed as unlabeled, but it's red, yellow, blue, and green. Those colors were listed out specifically that they all needed. 2 boxes of tissues, just like the other kids, but paper towels instead of the wipes. So I'm going to just pack all of this up. And this bag I'm actually going to take with us to the back to school. This bag I'm going to take with us to the back to school like meet and greet, and see the classroom, meet the teacher, drop off these school supplies, and then yeah, we can kind of take it from there. We've got the tissue boxes as well, which I actually think these were supposed to be labeled. Anyway, so that is her stuff. I was surprised. I thought there was going to be more stuff on her list, but you know, I'm sure it gets more as they get older. But anyway, we've got her backpack and her bag, and I am going to go ahead and put that keychain back on her bag. Okay, hey everyone, it is now Wednesday, September 7th, I think, and it is the second day of school. It is the first day that all 3 kids are in school. I'm having a pretty slow day. I just feel like I have spent so much time getting absolutely nothing done, like trying and not making it happen. So I got my high pony on, ready to kick it into gear, and I'm going to get this mudroom cleaned up, and then I'm going to work on the gifts, and then we will be done. So let me just show you our current state here. We've just got stuff going on everywhere. I was like filming in here earlier. It's just a hot mess. We're gonna clean all of this stuff up. My laundry is in there, but I also want to take a look at that area. So I'm gonna speed this up and clean this all along. Okay, so that is the mudroom all turned over how I want it to be turned over. I just want to grab this other little basket here. So the kids are always taking off their shoes in here. I'm going to take off their shoes in here because we don't wear shoes in the house. They also like to take off their socks and then they just throw them on the floor. So I thought instead of trying to fight that. Instead, I would bring a basket back out here that's empty that they could just put their dirty socks into, and we can have like a little mini hamper in here. It makes sense. The laundry is in here. They don't need to do that, and maybe that'll help us corral the socks a little bit. So that is everything except for obviously their backpacks. If we get other rain jackets, we'll swap these jackets out, and if we get when it gets to be winter, we'll hang up their winter coats here instead. When they get home from school and they have all their backpacks, I will show that to you. But that is it for the mudroom. I have to go and put away all of the stuff I took out of here. Okay, so very last thing for this video, I do have the little back to school schoolwork kind of gift setups that I have for the two big kids. First, for my son who is in pre-K, I got him this new notebook from Erin Condren. I picked this up during the warehouse sale. It wasn't actually on sale, but this was something that I wanted for him. It has the Kids Quail. It's an 8.5 by 11 big notebook, and it is in the kids story journal style. So the pages, you get like this section for drawing, and then it's got the elementary school lined. It is printed on Erin Condren paper, so like the really nice paper and everything. And it's just a really big notebook and just has his dinosaurs on it and all that good stuff. And then I actually packed up his pencil case from last year with some supplies. Now these are designed to be kept in the kids' room, so if they want like private coloring time, i.e. not having their youngest sibling pulling everything apart, stealing their crayons, all of that kind of stuff. What we have going on in here, oh, where did my crayons go? I did have a pack of crayons in here, but I'm not sure where it went. I will go and grab that in a second. But I have a couple of regular pencils and then a handful of colored pencils in assorted colors. I actually bought 100 pack of colored pencils and then just kind of grabbed a handful for each of them. I just thought that that would be kind of efficient. And then I've got some little stickers in here, a roll of washi tape, which is actually from the Erin Condren warehouse sale that was in one of the bundles, these little puzzle piece erasers, and a little pencil sharpener so they can sharpen the pencils themselves. Like I said, that washi tape, which was in the bundle, and then some sticky notes. I don't know why kids love sticky notes. I love sticky notes too, but I had these and I had 2 packs of them, and I never used plain sticky notes. I have so many like from shops. So I don't tend to use this kind of sticky note, so I thought I would pass those along to the kids. Found his pack of crayons as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and zip that in. That is gonna go in his room. And then for my oldest, so she actually already had this. This is a plum paper notebook. It is in the same style with you get a space for a picture, and then it's elementary ruled. She actually already had this, and this was in her room, but I just grabbed it to show you because I am going to store all this stuff all together. And so she has that notebook. Then I picked up for her during the Erin Condren warehouse sale this reading log. She's in 1st grade. She's starting to read, and she really likes to write things down. She's very much a lister already, which is fun for me. So anyway, this is the kids' reading log. It has just like a place to do book reviews, things mark, like track how long you were reading. We're probably like not quite there with this yet, but I'm hoping in a couple months we will be. But I did buy this for her, so I'm gonna give it to her. It's really cute. I'm hoping we can kind of work on this a little bit together as well. It's got some book lists, a TBR in there, all that good stuff. And then I have also from the bundle that I picked up at the Erin Condren warehouse sale, these mini gel pens. I like these a lot. The colors are really, really pretty, but I find them very uncomfortable to write with, so I thought I will give them to her. She really likes gel pens. I think they're really like cute and special, so we're gonna see how this goes, because like I said, this is designed to stay in their rooms, and we've had like a lot of times stuff like this gets set into their rooms, put there, and then has to come back out because they're not behaving right with it. They're drawing on things they're not supposed to be drawing on. So I'm hoping they're old enough for this time, so we'll see how this goes, but otherwise I will store it for them and they can get it when they want it. And then this is the pencil pack that came with her office, and I've got the same thing, just like a bunch of color pencils and plain pencils in there. Also the eraser, the stickers, and the washi. So same as what I set up for her brother. The pencils, this is probably like a little bit too small for this. I might have to switch to something else, but I just had this and I wanted to use it, so I think it will be okay. She has a desk in her room, my son does not, so I think it'll especially be okay. So I just put the sticky notes in there. I'm gonna zip that up. So I'm gonna stick this on her desk and stick this on his table so that they can see it when they get home. This is my daughter's desk. We kind of give her free reign in here. I usually don't clean this up at all. I ask her to clean it up, but I did just clear out, or mostly clear out, one of the drawers, and she just has a folder in here which she likes to like save art projects and stuff like that, so we have her do that. So I'm going to put the notebooks in here, the pencil pouch, and the pens, and then make sure that can close, and then we are going to call it a day there. You can see that there are stickers and washi tape like all over this, so that is for her. So then for my son, he doesn't have a desk, but he does have this little table. So I would stick this right on the table. That is where I intend for him to use it. But if I put it here, the baby will get it. So I'm just going to put it up on his dresser out of reach, but then he can use it over here because he can reach that and the baby can't. Okay, so I am back down in the mudroom, just ready to wrap this video up. I did forget my stand, so I'm just holding this selfie style. Just gonna finish things up here. I hope you enjoyed getting to see how I got all ready for back to school. I'm so excited for this school year. If you liked this video, definitely like this video and let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye!